Hello, my lovely favourite people, and welcome to this episode of Coach Caris podcast, Itchy, Bitchy, and guests. Today, I am going to speak about what my most successful clients do. Because sometimes, believe it or not, right, people think it's enough just to pay me and do fuck all. Right, it's just like it doesn't happen. So anyway, I'm going to give you away all my client secrets. So if you are in the market for fat loss and you're a midlife lady, guess what? I could just actually be the right client, the right coach for you. But would you be the right client for me? It depends. All right. So I've been doing this a long time, and I can see clear patterns between the clients who get results and the ones who don't, right? And I'm going to tell you a little secret. It's fuck all to do with luck. It's fuck all to do with genetics. And it's fuck all to do with being perfect. Kid you not. Actually, kid you not, right? So the women, the lovely ladies that make real progress with me, right, who lose body fat, who build confidence and actually keep the body fat off, are the ones that go all in. 100% all in, commitment. They show up. I don't just mean physically, I mean for themselves, but they show up for me as well. They interact with me. They weigh their food. They measure their food. They track their food. They ask questions. And they do it. They blindly follow the plan when they don't feel like it. This is the biggest difference. Fat loss does not depend on your mood, because you'll never get fat loss. It certainly doesn't depend on whether you can be arsed, because let's face it, a lot of the time, most of us can't be arsed, all right? Now, this isn't a dig, I'm not calling any of my clients out, right? But I do have clients that are less successful with fat loss than other clients. I have clients that are more successful. I have clients that just can't get their head around the fact why other clients are losing fat and they are not. And it effectively comes down to one thing. You're not trying hard enough. That's actually what it is, 100%. So, slight reality check, all right? Fat loss does not happen accidentally. Like, seriously, do you seriously think you're going to get accidental fat loss? To be fair, right, I used to think when I was fat, right, and I used to train, I absolutely 100% remember saying to the coach, oh, I don't want to lift heavy weights because I don't want to get bulky. Like, did I actually think I was going to fucking accidentally get muscles? I mean, come on. Yeah, I did actually think that, to be fair. Yeah. Anyway, so fat loss, it doesn't happen accidentally, right? It certainly doesn't happen just because you've put money in my bank account. Like, I will give you every single piece of information about fat loss that I have. I will give you the scientific evidence. I will give you my feelings. I will give you my experiences. I will share my clients' experiences with you. Right? Bear in mind, remember, I've helped like over 100 women like lose fat, especially in midlife, right? Not all my clients were midlife, sorry, because I used to work with different clients, but literally midlife women. That's what I do, all right? I will share all of that with you. I will support you. I will help you. I'll help you set goals. I'll help you make decisions, right? But ultimately, that's what you're paying me for. It doesn't, like, if you put money in my bank account, you don't magically get fat loss, right? You actually need to put some fucking effort in, all right? Because it happens when you take ownership, you accept full responsibility for the state that your body is in now, and you accept full responsibility that it's only you that can make those changes. The first step is signing up with me, 100%. That is absolutely the first step, but there's so many more steps to come, definitely. So today, sorry, that just reminds me, I had a conversation with another client, right, who was telling me that she'd been listening to my podcasts, and when I'm speaking, she can hear me on my podcast taking a drink of water, and that reminds her to take her a drink of water. So I've just had a drink of water, everybody. So go and get yourself a drink of water, all right? Today, I'm going to talk through the habits, the mindset, and the behaviours that my most successful clients have in common so that you can see exactly what it takes and how you can get there too, right? So again, even though I've just said that you need to actually put the effort in, right? My clients that are successful, they are amazing, all right? But they are not anomalies. They don't have a special thing. They don't have a special super fat burning gene or a special anything. They're just fucking determined. That's pretty much it. They are absolutely determined to get that fat loss and to get that body that they want, and they're going to work for it. They're not superhuman. Obviously, they're superheroes in my eyes, but they're not superhuman. They're actually just normal people, just like me and you, normal people, yeah? So, my most successful clients, right, they interact and they engage. They are in my inbox. They respond to my Insta and my Facebook posts and stories. They send me messages on WhatsApp. They ask questions. They learn faster. So while one client might take 6 months paying me and not really doing very much, another client will have so much knowledge because they've literally interacted with me on every single platform that they can, all right? They will ask questions, they will listen to my podcast, they will go onto my YouTube channel, they will follow me on the socials. There is a lot of stuff posted on the socials that is still educational to my clients. I might go more in depth when I'm doing my podcast and I'm doing my client videos and I'm speaking to my clients, but sometimes when you're learning, you don't need in depth. You just need that little light bulb moment that's going to click and say, oh my God, I could actually be doing that as well. And that's where it comes from, all right? We have WhatsApp groups for my clients, regardless of whether they're one-to-one clients or group coaching clients. We have a WhatsApp group for both. So they have the support. They ask questions. They share recipes. They're nice to each other. Do you know, they just support each other. It's a learning process. And the quicker you learn, the quicker you'll get back to your goal. You'll get to your goal, right? The silent ones, we call them lurkers. Now, some of them are successful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if you're not like a in-your-face client that you're not going to be successful. You can be successful. That is not true, all right? But you will, chances are, you maybe don't want to interact in the groups. That's absolutely cool. You're maybe not a social media person, so you don't interact on my social media. That is absolutely amazing as well. But if you're not in touch with me through any of the support that is available, right, I can't coach you, which means you're never going to get your fat loss, all right? So there's so many ways that my clients can be in touch with me, right? They have me on WhatsApp. We have a weekly check-in, which is a one-to-one check-in, right? It's via email. So they have that. They have a feedback form to fill in, so they get a chance to reflect on their week and they get a chance to set their goals for the next week, right? I interact with them. I read all of those. I fill in all the data. I take everything that I need from it and I respond to that by video. So they get to see me as well. That video then leads on to chit chat. So there you go, right? So we're interacting. Like I said, they can listen on my podcast. There's educational videos that I do for my clients that are delivered via WhatsApp as well. We have little tasks that clients work on, like I'll put a poll up. It could be a really stupid poll. It could be a dead serious poll. It could be a stupid poll like, do you prefer crisps or chocolate? Right? But it gets them thinking. It's another chance for me to have contact with my clients. It could be a dead serious poll like, what midlife symptoms are you struggling with? What would you like a video on next week? Is there anything specific? It could be multiple choice to make it a bit easier to interact. So there's interaction there, all right? We have random tasks that I want them to do, whether it's a step count, whether it's checking their fibre for the day or increasing their fibre. So we have little goals that we work on as well. Every week they have a link to an anonymous Q form. So if they do want to ask me a question and they don't want me to know who it's from, which is fair enough, they can fill in that form. And again, If I know the answer, I'll do them a little video. If I don't, I'll go away and research it and I'll still do them a little video. So that's anonymous. So that's another chance for them to interact. Right? So even though I am a nutrition and fat loss coach, every single subject that you could ever imagine is on the table for the anonymous questions because I am a midlife coach. All right, us women, we have hormones, we have everything to do with midlife, all the menopause symptoms. You know, there's like sex drive, there's anything that you might think's rude, which is hilarious because anybody that knows me knows that I get a beamer when we speak about rude things, but I totally will get out my comfort zone. So it's anything to do with midlife that my clients can ask anonymous questions on because sometimes we just need to be anonymous. That doesn't mean that you can't interact. Yeah. And also, sorry, once a month, my one-to-one clients, we have a Zoom call. So they get half an hour of them. Pretty much, we discuss their goals. We discuss how their month's been. We discuss what their next month's going to be like. We set their 6 months goals. We set their annual goals. We set their fat loss goals. We set their how I look in the mirror goals, anything at all. There are so many ways to interact. So engagement builds accountability and it also builds confidence. I fully expect my new clients to be in touch with me and interact more than the clients that have been with me a longer time. That's okay. It's about learning and it's about knowledge. The clients that don't interact, the silent ones, they're just sitting spinning their wheels. They're not getting towards their goals and it's sad. It is sad. You can lead you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Is that what they say? It's another drink of water. So also what they do, the way they measure and they track, right? The way they measure and they track their food. Now, it's not forever, but it is for a while, and it is until you learn how to eyeball a portion. I had a conversation with a client this week who, when she tracks her food on MyFitnessPal, she does it retrospectively, so at the end of the night or a couple of days later, right? So with the best will in the world, you're never actually going to remember what you've eaten. And she doesn't wear food, so she could scan oats, for example, just say she was making porridge. She would eyeball the portion into into the scales. No, sorry, she wouldn't. She would eyeball the portion of porridge oats into the receptacle that she was making porridge in, and then go into MyFitnessPal and type in porridge oats and whatever pinged up, whether it was 100 grams, whether it was 50 grams, whether it was 20 grams, whether it was 25 grams, she would use that and log that, right? Now, we're never going to get fat loss with that because we don't actually know what you're eating. So that's right. We need to learn, we need to teach ourselves how to weigh and track food. And like I said, it's not forever. You could do it, some people learn quicker than others. You could do it for a week, you could do it for a fortnight, you could do it for a month, and then you could just go that same time again without having to weigh your food because you've learned how to eyeball it. That's amazing. Yeah, takes the pressure off. But that is the only way how you will learn. And if you're guessing the weight and the content and how much food you're eating, then you're guessing your results, which pretty much means that you're not going to get results because guessed results are not really results, to be fair. Tracking food, it teaches awareness and it teaches portion control. And I encourage all my clients when they're using MyFitnessPal or a different tracker, food tracker, it doesn't have to be MyFitnessPal. It's an educational tool, right? It's not punishment. A lot of clients, when they first come to me, they think that if I ask them to track their food in advance, then it's punishment. Whereas if they eat the food and then track it retrospectively, well, it's not punishment because they've already eaten it. That's a bit ridiculous. It's an educational tool, right? Food doesn't have morals. It's not good food. It's not bad food. MyFitnessPal doesn't judge. It's just a tool. It's an educational tool. All you're doing is learning. You're just teaching yourself. That's it. No drama. Another thing my clients do is they don't expect motivation to lead the way. Like, they don't sit around and wait on motivation. You all know this by now. I bang on about this so much, right? Motivation sucks. It is a shitty bedfellow. We need discipline. So motivation actually will come from action. So you need to take that action first, all right? There's no point lying in your bed on a Monday morning and saying to yourself, oh, hope when I get out of my bed that I'm going to stick to my calories. Hope's got fuck all to do with it. Hope and motivation are shit. You get to choose. You decide. You decide whether you're sticking to your calories or not. You decide whether you're going to smash your goals. Don't rely on motivation. You get to choose. You're just putting the blame on somebody else, all right? So you act first. They understand, my clients understand that fat loss is boring sometimes. I actually did a post on this during the week, right? About somebody saying to me that, why would I want to eat the same stuff every day? I'll just get bored. Well, why would you want to continue to try and eat something different every day for the last 5 years and all you've done is sit and watch the scales creep up? Let's try something different. Let's go wild. Yeah? Eating the same stuff every day, most of the time, takes away the brain power, and it means you don't actually have to think about the food that you're eating. Sit the night before and put the food that you're going to eat tomorrow in MyFitnessPal. Then you'll know that you've hit your protein goal, your fibre goal, your calorie goal. And see, tomorrow, all you need to do is eat that food. You don't need to think about it, just need to eat it. It's dead simple. Dead boring. Right, fat loss is boring. Life's boring a lot of the time. We can't go on an adventure every day. Fat loss is the same. You can't have a 3-course MasterChef meal every day of the week. Fat loss is boring. But that's good, because that's where you build discipline. That's where you just keep doing and doing and doing, and then you just watch the fat. It just disappears. The scales get a wee bit lighter every single day, every single week. It's fantastic. All right. Also, discipline leads me on to sacrifices. Yeah. Do you know, see if you're in the market for fat loss, you need to go all in, right? And you need to make sacrifices, 100%. I am not going to sit here and tell you that you can eat all your favourite foods all the time. You can absolutely eat all your favourite foods. You don't need to cut anything out. I would never encourage you to cut anything out unless you were allergic or intolerant. Right, I'm not going to ask you to cut chocolate out or crisps or cake or wine. But you're fucking right, I'm going to ask you to learn portion control. 100%. You absolutely need to teach yourself portion control. We cannot have fat loss and have a party every day. Absolutely not. As somebody once said, you can totally have Haribo, but you can't have a bucket load. So, not every meal is fun. This is true. See, when you're on like day 329 of chicken and salad, right, then you'll maybe begin to understand that that is actually what you need to do. Yeah, chicken and rice. Get a couple of breakfasts, get a couple of lunches, get a couple of dinners. If you want to go wild, find a new recipe and cook it on a Saturday night, but like, or a Tuesday night, or a Friday night, right? But most of the time, you need to be boring. You just need to eat the same shit. Yeah, my breakfasts are literally baked oats or eggs on toast, scrambled eggs, boiled eggs chopped up in a cup on toast. That's literally my 2 breakfasts. Right, my lunches are usually half a tin or a tin of soup and a 1 sliced bread, ham and mustard and mayo sandwich. I've had salmon, rice and veg this week, just for a wee change. Sometimes I'll have chicken, rice and veg, just for a wee change. Sometimes I'll have chicken soup and a ham sandwich. That's literally my 3 lunches. So 2 breakfasts, 3 lunches. Chicken, air fryer chicken and salad with salad sprinkles, obviously, because we do need a bit of excitement, and some cheese on top, and Caesar salad dressing. That has literally been mine and Cal's dinner, Monday to Friday, for about 8 months. However, I'm off on a Wednesday, so sometimes I cook something different on a Wednesday. If I fancy being a bit wild and having a bit of a party, we might have like pasta or something, all right? So get yourself a couple of breakfasts, a couple of lunches, a couple of dinners. Snacks. My snacks consist of 2 Jaffa cakes. That's a lie, by the way. They are not 2 Jaffa cakes. My snacks consist of 2 Satsumas. I was obviously thinking about Jaffa cakes. 2 Satsumas, a Freddo, a protein yoghurt, and some Baby Bells. That is literally my snacks every day. Love them. Absolutely love them. I do like a Jaffa cake, actually. I might need to go and buy Jaffa cakes. I've not had Jaffa cake for ages. Could you just eat 2, though? I don't know if I could eat 2. I would maybe want to eat the whole packet. I'll try it. I'll let you know. Anyway, sacrifices, right? You need to make sacrifices if you want fat loss. I am absolutely, like I said, I'm not going to tell you that you can eat all the food that you love all the time and still lose body fat. You can't. You absolutely can't do it. You can't have a pizza every day. Well, to be fair, you actually can. I do know somebody that lost about 10 kilos eating McDonald's every day. They had a McDonald's for their breakfast and a McDonald's for their dinner, right? They were in a calorie deficit. And that's all they ate all day. Every day. 2 McDonald's, that was it. It's no good for your health, right? There's no fruit, there's no veg, there's nothing like that, right? But they can lose weight. But it's not healthy, right? So please do not do that. Not every meal can be fun, right? Sometimes it just needs to be boring and you just need to eat for the sake of eating to keep your energy levels up. 100%. All right. Not every weekend can be a free for all. If you're going to go out partying every single weekend, then yes, we have a problem and we will be having some uncomfortable conversations. All right. You can totally go out. You can totally go out the weekend. Just not every weekend. Or you're never going to get fat loss. And this is all about choices as well, right? So it's all about client preferences and it's all about choices. Now, I share my experience, I share my client's experience, I share the science, I just share the education, I share my opinions. Ultimately, it is down to my client's choices, right? I would encourage everybody, I'll give you an example, I would encourage everybody to eat breakfast. Some people don't like eat breakfast. If you're going to try eating breakfast and you still don't like it, don't eat breakfast. All right, sometimes it is literally that simple. All right, I am not going to say to you, you need to eat broccoli and chicken and rice every day for the next 30 years. Have a protein shake, have a spirulina and spinach, something or other, right? It's about client choices. The only way you will learn is for you to have the confidence to practice. Practice portion control, practice making healthy choices. Practice making choices that align with your goals. Will you fuck it up? 100%. We just keep practicing and then one day you'll smash it. That's basically what we do. All right. Another thing my clients do is when they're struggling, they actually reach out. Like they'll message me or voice note me or whatever and let me know, yeah, it can be a struggle. It is a struggle. I have clients at the moment. It's a struggle. Right, I've done it. I've walked the walk. I've talked the talk. I've done the fat loss. I've done the 1400 calories. It was hard. I was cold and tired for probably about 5 months. It's hard. Absolutely. You just need to struggle through. And a lot of the time, you just need to reach. You don't, like a lot of the time, if a client comes to me and says, do you know, I'm really, really, really knackered. I'm really struggling. There's options that we can do. We can have refeed days. We can give them a couple of extra 100 calories for an extra, like, 2 bits of toast or something. Do you know what I mean? Something that they've maybe had to make a sacrifice on. There's things that we can do. Refeed days, refeed weekends. We can have them on a holiday. We can have them on a diet break. We can have them at maintenance calories. Or sometimes they just actually need somebody to rant to. So they'll fire off a WhatsApp message at like 11 o'clock at night or whatever. Obviously, I'm so good with my phone, I won't see it till about 8 o'clock the next morning. But having that option there that you can just fire off a rant, it just makes you feel better. It's like journaling, you're just writing it down. Yeah? So it's hard. And it's okay for it to be difficult and it's okay for it to be hard. And at those times, that's when we just actually need to follow the process blindly. We need to not think about it. We just need to do it. You're on X amount of calories, X amount of protein. This is how we're doing it. That's it. End of. All right? Because there'll be a time scale. It's only for a little while, right? My clients don't diet forever. I don't want to keep my clients forever. I want them in, done, and out as quick as I can. As much as I love them, but I want to get them like having the time of their lives with their confidence and their fat loss and feeling fucking amazing. What? Sorry, that leads me on to trust the process. You need to trust the process. Absolutely. There is absolutely 0 point in signing up with me saying to you, right, this is fat loss, this is your calorie deficit, I need you to track your food, this is what we're going to do, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then don't do it. What the fuck's the point of that? Like, what is the point? Just save yourself some money and just don't do it. Don't pay me and then don't do it. That's like ridiculous. Yeah? Also, there's going to be tough weeks. There's going to be weeks when you feel like you're absolutely flying, right? The scales are going to drop every day. You're going to get to the end of the week. You've got an average, I don't know, a kilo's fat loss or whatever, right? And you're like, oh my God, I actually have the blood of the gods running through my veins. I am fucking awesome. You're going to be on fire, strutting down the street like a peacock. You're going to jump the scales on the Monday morning and the scales are going to have shot up. And then you're going to be like, oh, well, fuck it, what's the point? my most successful clients know that that's going to happen because I've educated them on the fact that the scales are mental. And it's about the process, and it's about your progress over time. It's not about your progress in that one day. It's not about your scale weight in that one day. It's about all the other stuff. It's about how you're sleeping. It's about how you're training. It's about how you're feeling. It's about your daily steps. It's about your water consumption. It's about your skin. It's about how you look when you feel in the mirror. No, how you feel when you look in the mirror. It's about you walking into a room full of strangers that you've never done before. It's about you turning up to that new gym class even though you're shitting yourself. It's about you just learning how you are now and understanding that you can have confidence in yourself to make these changes. And maybe when you're feeling that amazing and the scales jumped up by 0.5 kilo, that's okay. Because tomorrow or the next day, they'll drop back down again. So you'll feel amazing again because the scales will be low, right? But maybe you'll have a wee wobble confidence-wise and you won't actually be able to walk into that room of strangers, right? It's like peaks and troughs. The scales are just one bit of data. One bit of data. Fat loss is about so much more than calories in and calories out. Yeah? Finally, back to what I said before. Why are you paying me if you're not willing? Do you know? And I'm not saying if you're going to pay me and then not even try, that's the issue that I have, right? If you're going to pay me and try and fail and try and fail and try and fail, that's amazing. I will absolutely help you with that. Absolutely. I will share all my knowledge. I will support you. I will encourage you. I will tell you that you're shit when you're being shit. I will give you the biggest cuddle and high five, virtual cuddle and high five when you're being all over it. But it's about the transaction, right? And if you want fat loss progress, right, paying me doesn't equal fat loss progress. Participating in what I'm asking you to do and participating and interacting with me, that's what coaching is, and that's what will get you fat loss. Yeah, we are a team. You pay me, I help you, but you ultimately still need to do the work. Sounds like a very good deal, doesn't it? Yeah, but I will never let you down. Imagine, right, I'll put it this way. Imagine if you paid me money for me to coach you, right, and I just sat back with my feet on the table and did fuck all. You would be like absolutely raging. Yeah, that's how I feel when things like that happen. Do you know what I mean? I need you to track your food. Nah, can't be arsed. Well, let's just go for another 5 years of the scales jumping up and down. Yeah, get what I'm saying? Right, my lovely. So if you've listened to this, right, and you've got past the part that I was just being a dick, right, and you're like, oh my God, she's a bit harsh, feral, I think ChatGPT called me. I am nice though, I promise, alright? But it frustrates the fucking life out of me, it really frustrates the life out of me when people think they can just sign up to a coach and then not do the work. That just, right, there's no shortcuts. Literally zero shortcuts, alright? You can't get anybody else to do your homework for you. You actually need to do it yourself. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I've maybe been coasting a bit, right? That's not failure. It's not failure to admit to ourselves that we've been dicking about, right? That's you being aware that you've been dicking about, and now you've got the chance to do something about it, all right? You don't need to change your entire life overnight, but you need to think about how you're showing up for you, and something in there needs to change. Yeah, so if you're sitting there thinking that you've been coasting, I'm absolutely not expecting you to go and change 8 different things tomorrow. Absolutely not expecting that, all right? But you are now aware, so you need to pick a couple and think about how you're going to change your commitment to you, because it is all about you, all right? You've got to start showing up differently. You need to engage with whoever you're dealing with. You need to track your food. You need to track your data. You need to communicate. But more importantly, you need to commit, because like I said, right, I don't want you here for years and years and years dicking about. I want you in at your goal, back to maintenance, confidence through the fucking roof, and then I want you out the door. 100%. Want you to go and live your life without me? Definitely. Yeah? Right. So if you're one of my clients and you're listening to this, I'm pissing myself. You'll know that I'm speaking from a place of love, all right, for you. If you've never met me before and you're listening to me, you're probably like, Jesus fucking Christ, she is an actual harsh person, all right? But you know, I'm not here to pussyfoot about you and tell you that you're awesome when you're not. So if you're ready to stop watching for the sidelines, right, and you actually get what you're going to pay for, right, you need to go all in. You absolutely need to go all in. All this flowery woo-woo shit about listen to your body and be kind to yourself. See, in this situation, that's pish, all right? You need to go all in. You need to fully commit to fat loss, 100%. That's why I have so many successful clients. Love yous. Bye.